look there if you need to for any reason. Okay, so we are live on TikTok here, and this time works for me. Perfect. Then we're just going to keep it that way and realize that if I have scheduled a class and I'm a few minutes late, it has nothing to do with the class being canceled. It most likely is I'm just, helping the kids do something, or I'm doing something myself. There is no class next week. I will be away and having fun, hopefully having fun. Oh, hopefully we'll be having a good time up in Missinabie, despite the, well, for lack of a better term, the bullshit of all of this nonsense with the camera. Because, sales people tell you one thing, service people tell you another thing, and people tell you another thing. So right now, if I was going to buy a camper, I would just go down the road and buy from someone. I don't know who. But I'm just going to finish sewing. And it was a real, don't yell. Good Lord. Okay, it was just a real pain in the rear end. I mean, we're getting a camper. We're just not getting it when I asked for it to be ready. And that's kind of the biggest dilemma here. Just because. Oh, I rewatch on YouTube just because. Thanks. Oh, what's going on with the camper now? That's too bad. It's just not ready. They were not very forthcoming with information, and I told my drink. And they were not honest about what I would. There was just a big thing about the importance of why I needed it when I needed it, and I've been shopping for about a month, and it was just one thing after another, and nobody told me that my camper was in Ottawa. Nobody told me that. Nobody told me that it would not be ready. They just kept saying, we're working on it. I need a date. If it's not going to be ready on the 9th, then why didn't you tell me that 2 weeks ago that there's it's not going to be ready? Say, well, we're working on it. We'll see. I don't deal with that. So I finally wrote an email saying, like, what? So what is going on? And then they finally were like, this guy called and he said, I understand the urgency. I'm like, I don't think people understand what it's like to travel with kids who are, on the spectrum. It's just really hard. Unless you've parented a kid like that, you hang out with a kid like that, you just don't get it. You need to go put your dishes in the dishwasher. Okay, go and play quietly. I am busy. No. You already watched TV. What? If you're quiet, you have to be super quiet. Okay. So and then I wrote to, I don't know if you can feel my frustration. I wrote to the people and said, I think I'm done. Just give me back my money. Let's just move on with our lives. I'll just, get a camper somewhere else or do something else or figure something else out. And I'm like, no, we want to work with you. And I'm like, I said, I don't feel like you do. Because, I just started talking to you and this is what you said. And I'm like, I said, no. It just wasn't a good buying experience. And sometimes I feel like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like maybe it's because I'm a woman. Maybe it's because I'm too busy to go over there. I don't know. On a happy note, I did make some patchwork blocks. There's 25 little squares in each one of these. And I'm doing this until the end of the year. And I've made 3 so far. There's one in here. It just needs to be pressed. So they're super cute. I think they're 5 or 5.5 inches or something. I don't know. Let's see. They are unfinished at 5.5. So they are super cute. nothing to do with what we're doing tonight, but they are super cute. I sewed those this morning while I was waiting for my sitter because everybody was sleeping. Everyone was still sleeping this morning when I left to go to work. And she said they didn't wake up till about almost an hour after I left. So that would have been 9:30, almost 9:30-ish. I made two so far. Oh, that's great. See, I have one more than you then. Because I have three. And I don't know, I might have enough because I cut some blocks from the fabric that I cut from my block 7. All right. If you're joining us, this is Flower Farm sampler. Oh, we can't see it there. The Flower Farm sampler quilt. That's what we're working on. Again, I can't give you the cutting instructions or a lot of details about all of that kind of stuff because it's not my pattern. But we can sew along, and you can pick up a copy of it and sew your block yourself, and it'll be great because they're fun and easy to make. Well, not, I think they're easy. If you take your time and you read the instructions, they're easy to make. If you've done snowball corners or easy corner triangles or stitch and flip, they're all the same thing depending on who you follow. That's too loud. If I can hear it up here, it's too loud. If you've done that, if you've made half square triangles, and if you're really good at cutting accurately and your 1/4 inch is pretty bang on, you shouldn't have any issues. So those are the things that I think that you need to know to make these blocks, because there's a lot of that in here. Candy cane pieces aren't fun, LOL. Yes, those candy cane pieces, those pieces with the strips. We make some, well, no, we don't actually. Oh no, we do. We make some more in this one. The candy cane ones are where you have your background, you have a rectangular piece, and you stitch and flip both sides, and they're annoying. And I haven't found a way to get them to come out where everything lays really, really flat without really pressing it. I just find, I think it's the last one. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the other ones are just a quick stitch and flip corner, and then it's the last one. But just take your time, follow the instructions, draw those lines, really watch which direction your line is going. If it's going, this way or this way, just really watch that and just do your best. And we all improve. And when you get it in the block, those little flaws aren't that noticeable. They really aren't. I'm not saying that because they aren't. My blocks look pretty good, and those don't always turn out perfectly. But then you square them up when you're done to make sure that they're nice and accurate, and just press the crap out of them. That's my advice. Press them really good. Start out with a good accurate cut and move on from there. So we're making block 7, which in the quilt, is it that? No. Yeah, it's this block down here, kind of hard to see. This is the block here. I'm just going to cover, I have my little sticky note here, cover the cutting instructions just because you can't have those. And it's not my pattern, but that's the block that we're going to make. And you can see there's lots of clear instructions, which I love. I don't like guessing what they're talking about. Every thing that we need to do, there's a picture for it. And then there's instructions in the front of the book that explain how to do anything. So she'll tell you, go to page 10 if you need the instructions for this, go to, and so on for different instructions. All right, so let's get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to make 2 blocks in the pattern. They show you to make 2 blocks, same color. They don't change it up. If you want to do what I'm doing, which is 2 different colors, you have to cut half the blocks. So the cutting instructions will say 8. 8 is for 2 blocks. So if you're changing out your colors, you need 4 for one and 4 for the other. And you just divide them in half. Okay? All right. So that's as clear as mud, I'm sure. So this week we're using fabric 3, 9, 10, 19, and 24. And there is a little chart that you can print, a swatch sheet, as they call it. And you can put your own fabrics in there. I don't even buy the fabric that she used for this because she did say that sometimes the fabric isn't available when the book comes out because it takes so long to make the book. However, pretty much any fabric. You can use any kind of fabric you want for this. It's a lot of fun. All right, so here are all of my pieces. No, what happened to the letter that was on there? Oh, maybe that's F. No. Oh, that's M and that's F. Okay. There's all of my pieces. So this is for one block. And then here are the same pieces for the next block, the second block. So I'm making one pink with some purple and one blue with green. And we're going to do the same thing twice, or in some cases, 8 times or something like that. So the first thing we need is our C squares, which we have 2 or 4. We have 2 for each block. So just a reminder, I'm making 2 blocks, 2 different colors. And I cut this blue incorrectly. It is not a square. It is off a little bit. So I'm going to go grab. That's never happened. I've never done that. Okay. I'm going to go grab that color, if I can see it. I think it's just here. Where is it? I'm going to just lift this up here. I've never done that before. Where I made a boo-boo like that. Okay, hang on. All right, I'm gonna look for the blue fabric because I made a mistake. I don't see the blue, I only see purple. I must have blue, yes. I think this is the right size. I hope this is the right size. Okay, so I apologize. What pattern is this? This is the Flower Farm Sampler Block 7. So you need the book in order to have the cutting instructions. Oh, no, they are cut at, okay, my one piece didn't cut straight. I'm going to cut another piece, and I didn't. Since one was great, I assumed the other was too, and it wasn't. Okay, so we'll just swap that out for that, and now we're going to get started. Okay, so take your C's, which I did, and then your L's, which are your background, whatever your background is. I'm going to place those on top. And we're making 2 blocks, 2 same blocks. There's nothing different about the blocks. There's only something different if you change, any of the fabrics. Okay. So what we're going to do is make some halves for triangles. So there's a couple of ways you can do this. Usually I just use my diagonal seam tape. But what you can do is there's little rulers, and you can use these fun rulers. I'm going to show you. This is the Creative Grids. I don't know what it's called, but it's from Creative Grids. It's a 1/2-inch ruler, and you draw, they say draw the line and sew, stitch a 1/4 inch away on both sides. This one, you draw that mark a 1/4 inch away, and you sew right on those lines. So you can use this. I'm using a friction pen. You could really use anything. Why am I using a friction pen? It disappears with heat, and it was a free pen. Well, not free, but it came in my subscription box. So you can do that, or you can draw the line from corner to corner with any ruler that goes corner to corner, as long as it's long enough to do that. You can just give me a second here. There we go. You can just draw the line from corner to corner, and so on both sides of that line. Or you can just use your diagonal seam tape, which is what I like to do because it saves me from having to draw the line. So I am sewing 1/4 inch away on that line. Now these ones have the line drawn, so I'm just going to sew on that line, which is handy. Very handy. I still tend to just follow. This is just a bonus block. Okay, so that needs to be pressed. That can be thrown over there. Always doing something. I was sewing earlier today on here, and I did some binding at the studio today. I did the back. So we always machine bind, and I sewed the binding onto the quilt, and then Kendrick was going to bring it to the front. So I can kind of get core in, having conversations, answering emails, and all that stuff. So always something for me to do. So that's our first step. So I'm just going to sew. Oh, that's too small. Okay, I'm just going to grab these two triangles. I'm going to sew a bonus block through just so I don't have to cut my threads. Oh, I think my thread broke. Yep. Yippers, it broke somewhere. Somewhere it broke. Okay, so let's rethread this. This doesn't happen often to me, but sometimes if the thread is tightly wound on the spool, that could cause it to break. And once in a while, it does that. Or it gets stuck, or who knows? Who knows why it breaks? Okay. Doesn't usually take too long to rethread it. It has a threader. I like it that it has that threader, needle threader, because it lets me know if my needle is in the wrong place. Because I was like, why does my needle threader not work? And then I realized that, well, I didn't put my needle in right when I changed my needle. Okay, so these are sewing. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to cut these apart, cut those threads, because I chain pieced it. Oh, my little mat is way over there. Okay, I'm just going to trim them over here. And these are supposed to be 2.5. 2.5, yeah, 2.5 inches strip. So there's a couple of different ways that you can trim up your HSTs. There's lots of different ways, just as long as you get them to the size that's required in your pattern. So one way is to use a trimming tool, like a Clearly Perfect slotted trimmer. Again, I apologize, you can't really see this. Actually, I can get my little mat and we can do this. So let me get it. I'm sure you know how to do this. I love the threader. My eyes are too great to see. There you go. Well, if you watched my live today, you'd be like, she's lost her mind, because I was talking about how my glasses aren't working for me when I look down at things. Like, I think I need, bifocals. I was like, oh my gosh. And then my kids were laughing. Oh my gosh, the staff was laughing at me, but the staff is also my kids. So it was just like, it was crazy. Okay, so you can see this. Yes? Yes, I think so. Okay. I want the garbage there and it walks away. Okay. So Clearly Perfect slotted trimmer. Your stitch line on their stitch line. Trim. Oops. Trim. Cut your dog ears off, or your little, I like to call them dog ears. Your little nubs, and then you're done. So then your piece is now cut. Or if you don't have that tool, press it. So I haven't pressed mine yet. Press it. Okay, then you end up with this. Then you're going to take any squaring tool, any ruler you could use, as long as it's bigger than the same size as your block or bigger, it'll work. Take that 45-degree line, place it between your two pieces of fabric, or right on that stitch line, that right on your seam. Trim to the size that you need it, whether it's 5 inches, 10 inches, or 1.5 inches. Trim on all 4 sides, and you get the same thing. Once I press this, these will be the exact same size. So let's sit. Let's test my theory. Oh, I didn't cut this. Didn't cut this little nub. And press it, and then they should all come out to the same size. So we're going to get 4 of these. You need 8, 4 for each block. So let's do some more. Is Bubba here? And she's going to watch you? Okay, make sure you have towels. You can take towels from the bathroom. There's some hanging up and they're not dirty. Okay. All right. So there's that one. So let's just do all of these. Now I have to keep mine separated because I'm doing two different colors. Sure, why not? I like so crazy things, you know?
I almost slipped in the pool, then I scratched my butt in the pool. Then I slipped. I was like, wee wee. I was like moving around and down my bump. Then I was like, wee wee.
Did you hurt yourself or did you just get all wet? Okay. Well, that's an interesting story. Thank you for telling me. Okay. Let's do some more here. Well, so we have a rule in the house that if you're going in the pool, you have to get your own towel because we have a little, it's not a huge pool. It's, I don't know, 10 feet by 5 or something like that. It's not very big. It's about 2.5 feet deep or something.
You didn't ask Bubba that question that Jojo just said.
Oh, how come?
Because Jojo just asked him going to pool and Bubba just said yeah.
Okay, go. Go and have fun then.
No.
Just go and have fun. I love you. Goodbye. Uh-huh. Okay. Well, anyways, they're doing their thing. Their sister's here now. Their older sister is here. Okay. All good. All right. So, what were we talking about? I don't remember now. I have no idea what I was talking about. This is what I'm talking about, the brain fog. I am so getting brain fog. I am so. Okay. That is done. Awesome, awesome. So we've got 2 already pressed. Let's go over to the iron. I don't think you can see the ironing, but I mean, ironing is ironing. Pressing is pressing. I'm gonna have to keep my pieces separate because I have some for one block and some for another. So I'm doing purple and blue. So just pressing them back, getting them nice and flat. I don't want any kind of pleats or creases in them. And we're just going to have a good time. So if you don't follow Quilts for Survivors on Facebook or Instagram, please do that. We would really appreciate it. So there's our beautiful half square triangles. I love brain fog. Don't know if it's my lupus or just old age. Well, I was told, you know what my doctor said? Welcome to premenopause. She says 10 years of hell. So, yep, 10 years. That's what they said. Oh, you got filtered again? Oh my God. Okay. So let's put those up here. So there's for one block, there's for another. All right, we don't need those anymore right now. We need them again later, but we don't need them right now. So the next unit that we're going to make is number 2. Paying careful attention to the angle. So again, this is a stitch in a flip corner where you're sewing something on, you're flipping it over and covering that corner. That's what I get. There you go. All right, so let's take B. So whatever your B is, which in my case is still purple for the one block. I think that's A and that's D. And then B for the other is a blue. And then you need B and M. So 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we're going to make 8 total, 4 for each block. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So you're going to put that there. Now, let's grab this. And you can draw, I'll draw the line just so you can see. And really, you can use any ruler to draw that line. It's just corner to corner. Draw the line, and you're going to stitch right on the line. And you're going to place it this way. So look in your pattern to make sure that your line is going the same way as their line. That's very, very important. So it's going to look like that. And you're going to make 8 of these, 4 of these. Okay, 4 for each block. And then I like to start stitching down here where it's not a corner, where there's some extra fabric. Then up here, I always find that gets stuck. Even with leaders, not all the time, but even with chain piecing, I find they get stuck. I'm not going to draw the line on all of my pieces because I do really enjoy using my diagonal seam tape. And it works for me. I do draw lines if it's a little bigger, like if it's off or close to the edge of my extended table and I can't see it, then I usually draw it. So then that's 4 for the one block, and I'm going to do 4 for the other. None of this is all solid, so I'm not worried about directions of the fabric or, what I want to cover up and what I don't. I'm just all solids. Okay. So then this piece starting here. And I find if I chain piece, I make less mistake. Or make the same mistake 5 times or 4 times or whatever I'm putting it through. So it helps if I'm staying focused. Okay. I bothered. Damn it, I knew that was going to happen. I felt like I knew that was going to happen. Okay, so these are done. We're just going to change the bottom right now. We're in a good spot. So my rule is about 7 bobbins. Usually I make 7 bobbins, and then when they run out, I clean my machine as much as I can clean it without, taking it all apart. And I clean it and I change my needle and make all the new bobbins. So that's always fun. Okay. So just put that over there. So I'm just snipping these apart. I guess I could have done that over there, but anyway, and then we're going to cut them. I have a lot of things going on here. I have to do that. I don't need that anymore. I like to put my rulers back when I'm done because I don't want them to fall on the floor. I've done that. I've had them fall and crack. So there's a bonus. I keep these little cutoffs. I'm going to do something with them. Okay. So trimming up the blocks. Trim, trim, trim. Then we'll press them because we need them for our next unit that we're going to make. We're going to put this together with our half square triangles, and we're going to make something fun. I just have to make sure that I keep all of my colors together. Okay. All right, so there's some bone blocks to sew together. Let's go press these. We're going to press these. I like the book. It tells you which way to press them. Like that. So you're going to press them towards the color. Okay, so we're going to press them towards the color for nesting. If you don't press it the way that's suggested in the thing, it might not nest the way you want it to. If you press your seams open, I guess you won't have that problem. I like pressing it this way because then you don't get any fabric on your white fabric. Oh, this one too. You could just cut these with scissors as well. I want to keep them, so I'm doing it that way. Okay. So just pressing them, actually, this way. And don't be afraid to hold the iron there just a little bit to make sure that it's accurate or that it's heating up enough. That one I pressed the wrong way. This one I pressed the wrong way. I press it towards that color. There we go. It's not too bad. I just still feel like it's backwards, but I'm getting used to it because that's how she presses all of them. Or presses half of them anyways. Okay, let's make sure that I didn't press any of these. Nope, looks like it's okay. Yeah, just this one is on the right flat. Let's just leave that on there just a little bit longer because I need it to be nice and flat. Okay, this has nothing to do with nothing. I can press it while I'm sitting here. Okay. So now we have our little corner. These will help us make our corner units, our little stitch and flip rectangles. Super awesome. So now, according to step 3, we're going to take these. Let me get a design board so I can show you. Okay. So you're going to take your rectangles. They're going to go on the bottom. Then you're going to take the half square triangles that we just made. They're going to go this way with your background pointed outwards. Then you're going to take 4 of your M's, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they're going to go in the corner. You see that? So there's just a background square, our half square triangle unit, and then our stitch and flip unit. And these will make our blocks. So we're going to sew the tops together. Okay, and then we'll sew that to the bottom. Okay. So we're going to make our top unit first so that it's as long as our bottom. Because you can't sew these together. Can't sew these to the rectangle without first sewing them together. There you go. Now I'm going to do the same to my 1, 2, 3, 4 to my other one, my other set. Making sure everything's staying the same. I'm not turning. I don't want to sew my half square triangles the wrong way. So we're watching now as what though is done. Let's just do a bonus block. Then we can press them on. And it tells us to press towards the half square triangle. Okay. So let's take our half square, our little units here, and we're going to press towards the half square triangle. Doesn't matter which block it's for, that's where it's going. So get it nice and flat, press it. So I usually set my seam. I try to set my seam, and then I roll it back. Roll it back. Set my seam and roll it back. And then, oh, come on. Set, and roll back. There we go. We are doing awesome here. We are just moving right along. Okay. Set, press, get them all nice and flat. Nice and flat. They're actually going flat really well by themselves. Sometimes they need a little bit of help. A little extra pressing. Everything is going the right direction. So I didn't mess up. I didn't mess up. Just gotta make sure I don't sew the two sets together wrong. So now you're going to take your unit that your little tiny half a unit, I guess. And you're going to sew this to this, and we're going to press down towards the darker fabric. All right, so you're going to do that to all 8 of them. You're going to get 8 corners. We're making 2 blocks, so we'll have 8 beautiful corners that we need. 1/4 seam. You can always pin. I am not a pinner, so you won't be seeing me pin anything, usually. Making sure everything is laying nicely. I strive for as accurate as I can get it. And every time you do something, you're getting a little better. Every minute that you sew, you're a minute better than you were before. I'm not striving for perfection. I'm human. So what you'll get, I'll show you when it's not pressed yet. This is what you'll get. Isn't that cute? It's like a little flower petal. So that's our block. We're going to press down towards that darker piece. And we're going to trim them up to the size that it says in your. So I can't give you the sizes. I know sometimes I accidentally give you a size or a measurement, but you need the book in order to know what you need and how much you need. Check it out. It's an easy book to follow, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't overly expensive. It was reasonably priced. You get a lot of great blocks in there. I have one more, so I now have completed all 8 of my corners. No, I have not. That's only, well, I've completed the outer corner of the corner because there's still another layer to go with it. It's got to be a little bigger. Okay. Okay. We're getting there. I got my acorn pen yesterday. Haven't tried it out yet. Oh, cool. That's cool. You'll have to let us know how it goes. All right, so let's go press these and we'll see how they turn out. So it's a bonus block. Trim them apart because I always chain tease. This is the Flower Farm Sampler by Shelley Cavanagh. And you can buy the book from your local quilt shop or on online retailer. I don't know who that is. They hung up, so it's okay. Clearly not someone who wants to talk to me right now. Because it hung up. Okay, so I just got to check the measurement after, and then I'll trim them up. I am going to trim these because some of them might be a little wonky. So I'm going to trim them up. All right. So nice and hot, nice and nice. All right. So there we go. So they look absolutely spectacular. Always better when they're pressed because they usually lay flatter. We need, what size do we need? That ruler is, oh. A ruler is there. I'm like, my ruler's on. It really isn't. Okay. Right, let's see. If they're fine, we don't have to trim them. Oh, this one, I think that was just coming off. If they're fine, no trimming needed. It can't hurt to trim them a little bit, you know? You want them to be, you can't have an accurate block if your pieces are cut incorrectly. All right. So there's one. And I'm going to do this to all 8 of them. Maybe they need it, maybe they don't. But for me, I would rather take this time and make my block really nice because I've not taken the time to do this. And then I go, why does my block not line up right? Why does whatever? That's fine. I'm getting better where a lot of my blocks are like, yeah, that actually worked. That's actually the right size. That's what I want. And that's always fun. Okay, so there and there and there. And I'm going to just move that because it was a little bit wonky. There we go. That's more accurate. Okay. Does mean I have to cut on both sides, but it'll be better, more accurate. There we go. Much better. Okay. We can just, oops, I'm gonna have to sweep or vacuum the floor. Actually, the cleaners come tomorrow. Oh, gee, at all. Okay. All right, so let's line this up again. Check, check, and press. Okay. Just one little seam there. Always cut safely. Don't try to cut like a crazy person. I felt like I was cutting like a crazy person. Cut safely. Yes, they're done in the pool. What's the matter, Jose Colette Genier? Jose, what is your problem? Don't lie. I know. Come here, please. I think it's time for you to go to bed. You're tired. Are you tired? I think you're tired. Someone's bothering me. Okay. Kids. Who knows what's going on? All right. So now we have our beautiful blocks ready to go. They're nice and trimmed. They're accurate according to how I sewed. They're not perfect. They're definitely not perfect. They're not exactly the right size. They are not this size, right? The size of this ruler that there's, but they're very close and they're doable. By the time I get them into the block, you won't notice that they were slightly off because you won't see it. You won't see that part. I can hide it in the seam allowances. Okay, so we're on step 4. So we G and M, and we're going to make 4 for each block. So 8 in total. It's just another, it's another stitch and flip corner. So let's do that. We're gonna be experts at these when we're done. So we need G, G, G. My H is over here. So G and G of the other one. I don't put my alphabets on all of my pieces because it gets a little bit. I don't have enough alphabets because I have too many projects on the go. Oh, I have those. Okay, so I use my alphabets on one tray and then my other one is laid out exactly the same. So my A is here and my B and so on, so that I know how to find everything. And because they're the same size, it's not so bad and they're in the same area. So and in this case, they're just a different shade. They're the exact same fabric. So you can see here that my one block is this and my other block is this. So similar fabrics, just different colors. Okay, so these are going to be the exact same way we made the last set of these. These are like half candy cane blocks, half a candy cane. So let's stitch that out. Watching in your book to make sure that you have your seam going the correct way, your stitch line going that correct way. Now I am sewing mine. I don't like sewing from the corners, so I'm sewing from the bottom up. Because that's how I like to do it. You decide what works best for you. These sewing classes are so much fun and I love doing them, but it's hard on the kids. It's hard on the kids. Everything's hard on the kids and they're exhausted. They can go to bed early.
Mommy,
Hi, what's the matter?
there's a hole in my finger.
Well, bring it here. I'll sew it. Are they clean?
No, no, it.
Um, it's not on. I can sew it still, I guess. How'd you get a hole in your panties? Okay. Well, I'm just gonna take a minute to do this for my child here, for my daughter. Okay, so let's lift up this. And
I just
worry about it. I got you. Yeah, it'll be okay once you wash them. Throw it in the laundry. What happened outside?
don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Why are you sad?
This one was playing with the hole.
Well, that wasn't very nice.
And then right.
Well, I think is that why you had to get out of the pool? Huh? Oh, you weren't done in the pool. Come here. I'm sorry that happened to you. Come here. He's not supposed to touch the hose, is he? Why don't you go watch a show in my room, okay? By yourself. Maybe dry your hair a bit with the towel, please. Just squeeze your braid.
This.
Oh, that's
I have
nice.
3 of these. So I gave one to you.
Well, thank you, sweetheart.
It's a theory, the pet series.
Whoa, okay. Love it. Thank you. I'll have to look at that after. Oh, I almost sewed 2 fabrics together. All right. Squeeze your braid a bit and then you can go in my room. Well, to get the water out with your towel. Come around, quick. Watch you don't knock anything down. Where's your braid? So all you have to do is just take your braid and take your towel and just squeeze it. Just squeeze out some of the water. It's not so drippy.
I like the night gear and the mattress.
Oh my goodness. You talking about that again?
How?
Yeah, hang it up nice though. It's not going to dry in a big ball on the floor. Okay. Says the girl who hung it up wrong last time. Okay, so those are done. Bonus block, here we come. Right. So there we go. Those are done. Now we're going to trim them. Let's just grab this. Mm-hmm. Yep. So we're going to just throw those over there. We're going to cut off those. And you can make sure, look at your picture in number 4, hold your piece over and make sure that it looks like that piece. And then make sure that your piece is fully in the corner. And then on our bonus blocks, we're going to press towards the white this time. I bet you we're pressing the other ones the other way. No, towards the white too. So towards the white. And I have found in these patterns, this particular pattern, that she is bang on with her pressing instructions for the nesting of the fabrics. So if you want them to nest, you need to follow her pressing instructions because they're accurate. Now I don't press open when she says to, and I've never had an issue. But if I don't follow those other pressing, press to the left, press to the right, whatever, then I end up with not so nasty seeds. Okay. Wallace, come here, please. I know, that's why I need to talk to him. Don't talk to her, you come see me. Mr. Genier.
What? What?
What did you do that was not nice?
And what?
What did you do that was not nice?
Nice and what? Not nice.
You did something and it wasn't nice. What did you do?
To who?
To Miss Joe.
Thank.
That's not what I heard.
What did I hurt? What did you do?
Well, what did you do to your sister?
Nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You did nothing. So you got into trouble for doing nothing?
Yeah.
You did nothing.
Me and George is playing in the pool.
But what were you playing with that you're not even supposed to play with?
I wasn't playing with anything. I was playing in the water, but just me.
But didn't you have the hose?
No. Yeah.
Are you supposed to spray her with the hose?
No.
Then why did you do that?
Because I thought she was hot.
Well, so what if she's hot? She didn't. You asked, can I spray you with the hose?
Okay. What do you do, funny God? I think she wants to see me.
Okay, so you can go to your room. You're done.
No.
Good night. You don't do that.
Yeah.
Go to your room. I love you, but you can't be mean like that. And then you didn't really tell me what you were doing, so that's not
But
very
I
good.
don't want to go to my room.
Go to your room. Go. Good
I
night.
don't want to go to bed.
Good night.
Go to bed.
I know. Go brush your teeth. Go.
I don't want to go to bed.
Now we need peace, please. 1.
Why, but I don't want to go to bed.
Go brush your teeth and go to your room. Yes, it's almost bedtime for Joe, but you're going to bed a little bit early.
Because we get a snack.
Nope, you're done. Okay, so we're on step 5. We're going to take E and F. I apologize for background noise, but that's life. Follow the C. Make sure we're going to sew from here to here on all 8 of them. Do what I asked, please. Yes. Life isn't fair. Go to your room, brush your teeth. 1. Wallace.
I'm going to brush my teeth.
I know, maybe we'll do better tomorrow. Go brush your teeth. You sound very tired. Please go and do what I asked.
I don't sound tired.
You sound good. Go. Go downstairs and brush your teeth.
Here.
Then do it quietly. He never brushes his teeth up here. Oh, kids always come first. Please take care of them. Oh, I am. I am. But when he gets like this, it's really hard to do anything but just calmly tell him what you need him to do and let him just do his thing. And he's okay. This is just this is how he reacts when you tell him she's watching a show in my room for half an hour and then she's going to bed. There's just no talking to him. You can't, as long as he's not hurting himself or somebody else or in property, then he's fine, and he's brushing his teeth, and he'll have to go to bed, and that's okay. He's just very upset, and it's hard to get him to calm down when he's like that. So I have learned he's going to be 10 soon over the years, just to calmly tell him what you need him to do and just let him do it. And watching him or giving him a lot of extra attention doesn't help. It just makes him even more upset and more nervous and more whatever, anxious. I don't know what the word is, but it doesn't help. So I just leave him now because it's what's best for him. Okay, so these ones that we made earlier go on the side of our blocks, and then the other ones go on the bottom. Hi, Bunny. Two little bunny. Okay, Wallace, are you done? Love? Okay, so we're gonna trim these, press these, follow the instructions. I'll be right back. Take a short break. You're fine.
I don't want to go to bed.
I know, but you need to go to bed now. Well, well, maybe we'll do better tomorrow, right? No, don't. Stairs, go down. Down. Okay, I'm not talking to you right now. Go down. Go.
I'm gonna
Go to bed. Your new one? Sure. All right. All good. Okay. Okay. So everything's good. He's on his way to his room. I think I'm actually expecting him to go to bed, but he's gone. He's gonna calm down and he'll be okay. And that's what he needs right now, and that's what he'll get. Okay, I'm not sure what I was doing. I'm gonna sew a bonus block because I don't remember what I was doing, and I'll rethink what I was gonna do. Okay, all right, okay, so we need to take these, we need to cut these apart. All right. So I'm gonna cut these apart. Is it that bonus block for that? Oh my gosh. So I have blocks everywhere, I tell you. Not just a piece. Okay. So everything is good. Everything is good. Thank you for your understanding. I appreciate it. If you're a parent, you understand. Parenting is not for the faint of heart. And never, I don't think any of you are doing that, but never judge a parent. You don't know what, what they're going through. I've seen kids freak out in the store and you're going, well, I don't, and you're saying things. Just, don't give them that look. It's so frustrating. I've been that mother who's had the kid who freaked out in the store. Don't look at us. Walk by. Don't try to give advice to the child. Because usually, not always, but a lot of times there's other issues, underlying issues that are going on with Wallace. He's autistic. And she's and so you have to deal. I find that I have to deal with him a little differently than some other kids, but I'm pretty sure most of my kids are on the spectrum in some ways, fashion. But you just gotta let him calm down. No judgment here. I'm Mama Bear. No, it's best. Well, I'm trying. I'm really, really trying. I'm learning every day because they change a lot, change so much, and they need so many different things. And you just gotta try to keep them, safe. I think that's the most important thing, to know that he's loved and he's safe. And just reiterating that there's certain behaviors that are not okay. It's okay to feel frustrated. It's okay to feel anger. Those are okay feelings. But how you react when you have those feelings, that may not be okay. All right. So we're doing great, I think. We're doing good. Oh, okay. My cleaner's canceled, but that's fine. So let's press these going up. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna take these, we're gonna press up to the corner. So these ones are going up, the other ones went down. So pressing, setting those seams and pressing them, it's gonna go okay. Right, I thought it was somebody else who texted me, but it's all good. All righty, so we're gonna press that one as well. And press that one. And press that one. And then press this one. Okay, so it's awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right, so I'm not going to check these. I've sewn so many of these that I can, not that I forgot this magic power or anything like that, but I can usually tell if something is super wonky or if it's good. So, and they go on the outside. Oh no, these ones go on the inside. I think they're okay. I think they're okay. They look, maybe I should check it. Just because I thought that looked outside and I could trim it if it wasn't accurate. That is not. That is not the case. So check the size. Oh, this isn't. Oh no, this will work. Why should I use the other one? I like to use the ruler we have said size because it just makes it easier. So let's line this up. Oh my gosh, I did that and I have to cut off like a feather. I think this one might be a little bit. I'm gonna check this one just because it is. No, it's fine. Okay, so we're good. I'm not gonna check them all. I thought one was really wonky and it wasn't. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a bigger design board. Oh my gosh, everyone. Kind of building a something back there. Okay, so the purple, so this is for the one block with the pink and the purple, pink and purple. That goes in the upper left corner. I just have to think a little bit. Then we just did these ones were the first ones we did, and they go here. Oops, they go here. You get two design boards, and I can do each color separately. Okay, so the blue ones, the blue and the green, pink and purple, blue and green. Then you're gonna do this one here. Now, in the book, they have them shaded light and dark. I did the opposite. So I did dark and light. I don't think it's going to matter too much. Okay, so then that goes there. And then this goes here. Okay. And then our little corner piece is I. No, it can't be I. Oh, no, that might be the one that's mixed up. I, which is a square, I think. Yeah. So I for the pink, and it's this background here is pink. Did you peek at block 9? Oh my god. No, I didn't. Block 8 looks pretty good. Oh, so cool. That's gonna be so much fun. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so much fun. It's not as scary as you think. It'll be really fun and quick. Trust me, we've got this. Okay. All right. So there is the one block. Okay, and with the blues and greens, this is the pinks and purples. How awesome are those gonna look? They're gonna look so great. This is a little darker maybe than I had wanted, but it's gonna be fun. It's really dark in the pattern as well. I instantly shut my bunk when I saw that. I think we're gonna be okay. I really do. Maybe that's the block. I have another volunteer at the studio who's making these, and one of the blocks, she was like, "Oh my God, oh, it was awful." Maybe that was the one. But did you see this week's Motor Blockheads? Ugh. There's a lot of Pascal triangles, I think, in that one. I haven't printed it out yet, but I had a. I was looking at scrolling and it popped up. Yikes. Okay, so we're sewing this one first. So we're gonna sew. You're gonna sew the two top units together, the two bottom units together, and then you're gonna put them all together. Nope. We're gonna be okay. Oh, you haven't seen it? Go check it out after, because it is wild. I didn't even make last week's block yet. The pattern is over there. I just haven't taken the time to pick the fabrics and cut and sew when I haven't done it yet. Got really busy. Well, yesterday I didn't sew at all. I didn't sew at the studio. Did I? No. I didn't sew at home last night because I had a board meeting and it just was a really long day yesterday. And I didn't even sew in the morning because it was just chaotic. But anyways, I didn't sew. And then I sewed this morning a little bit. I sewed at the studio. I didn't get to long arm though. Or I shouldn't say I didn't get to. I didn't take the time to go down long arm. Oh, this didn't cut apart. So I'm gonna go and do that. I'll do some long tomorrow. I cut that in half because it didn't cut in half. For whatever reason, it was still stuck together. Oh, funny. I wonder if the other one did that too. Just that one was like that. So my backgrounds are exactly this inner whatever background is the same color, just for my pink and purples. It's a pink, it's on pink, and then this one is a white one. So they'll be super cute for sure. Right. Okay, so then I don't know if you saw, but I sewed a bonus block. Cut all these off, okay? I'm going to press everything at the same time. Now I'm going to sew my next set. So you're going to press square. You're going to press out. So the top pieces are going to go right, the bottom pieces are going to go left. Oh yeah, put it over there.
Right here?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Thank you. You only have like 15 more minutes, man. And then it's bedtime. It is late. I know it doesn't seem like it's late, but it is late. They're sleeping in until like 10 o'clock. I'm pretty sure that they are staying at home. So if you're just joining us, hello, welcome. We are making the Flower Farm Block 7. This is how you make it. I can't give you all of the instructions, but the book is very clear. So grab a copy of the book and sew along. I have not made this quilt before. We are doing this together. I sew everything live here Wednesdays at 6 Eastern Standard Time. Next Wednesday, we do not have a class. I am out of town. We need to sew this down. So the top ones that we just sewed, you're going to press to the right. These ones you're going to press to the left. And when you push it all together, you're going to press up. Right? Yeah, up. Press it up. Okay. I've got all of that going on. I'm loving August block in my quilty BMO. Oh, cool. I think I read that right. I'm not sure. Okay. Okay, so another bonus block. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Okay, so let's trim these apart. Now there's nothing to trim up. Just gonna cut these, I should say cut these apart, and then we're gonna go over and press everything. So again, press this upper unit, you're gonna press that this way, and then the bottom unit, you're gonna press it so that it goes this way. Okay, so your seams go opposite directions. That's what you want. You want a nice seams that will nest. Okay, so these ones we're gonna press this way. I'm gonna grab the other three. I'm gonna press them towards that piece. I think I might have pressed. Oh, this one might have went the wrong way. It did. Okay. Okay, so those are done. We're going to lay them on our design board. Then we're going to press these ones. So set and just roll it back as flat as we can get it, nice and straight. We don't want to make any pleats or any creases or any duck bills or something. We want it nice and flat. The importance of helping you get things nice and flat is a nice hot iron. I really think that helps. Okay, so press this. These get pressed the exact same way because they're for the other block. Right? We're making 2 blocks, block 7 of the I just said wrong. Of the Flower Farm sampler clip. Love, are you okay? Are you okay? Okay, it's almost time for dodos. You getting tired? Are you tired? Okay. Well, it's almost bedtime, love. You can watch TV for about 15 more minutes. And then I'm going to send you to your bed, okay? All righty. So we'll lay our top pieces up there. We'll lay our bottom pieces down here. What we want to make sure is that we have, oh my gosh, this one looks so pretty. I have everything in the right spot. I find that this helps me stay organized and I don't, what was I going to say? Don't mess it up. August block. No, I didn't make my August block yet for the Quilting Life block of the month. I didn't make it. Star with big log cabin around it. I didn't make it. No, the August block. Did you make yours? I didn't make mine. I haven't made mine yet. I was focusing on that quilt, and then that came out Monday. I don't even know what day it is. Did I make it? No. I was focusing on getting that quilt done, which I did. And that quilt with all those squares. And actually, Kat took a picture of it. Kendrick helped me hold it up and we took a picture of it. I don't know. I never posted anywhere. I guess I should post it. Petal was in the wrong spot. I feel like, oh, this one was supposed to go. Okay, so the one there. Pressing. Laying flat. It was being stubborn. It was not laying flat. So this is important. These are going to nest with our previous block. So we need to make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. So this is where that nesting that we did last time, we need that block to stay up. And that block when I pressed earlier, it's not staying where it's supposed to. Taking me out. I can make it. I don't know why, because I sewed it and it was sewn incorrectly. Yeah, I don't know why that's getting me out. I don't know. I couldn't tell. Maybe those two are just like me. Right. That star looks really fun though. Okay. Nope, it's just printed. It is I printed out yesterday. Okay, but the block, the star, does look like a fun star. She did hers really scrappy. I don't know if I'm gonna do that as well. Printed it out. I feel like I did. I don't even know anymore. I'm pretty sure I printed it. I didn't have time to sew it, or I didn't take the. I shouldn't say I didn't have time. I didn't make time to sew it. Okay. All right, so that's one block. Let's do the other block. Okay, I feel like I'm a little off today, but we're gonna keep going. We have a couple more units to make. We have our beloved candy cane blocks units to make. I see that with all the sarcasm I can muster. Those candy cane blocks. They look really nice. They're just kind of, they're not my favorite. Not my favorite block to make. My favorite unit to make. I'm getting pretty good at the HSTs. I don't really like chewing them up though. Okay, looking absolutely amazing. Love it. Oh yeah, that one is nesting really nicely. Okay, so that's done. Now we're going to press them and we're going to press them up. Yes, up. And then we got some more units. Well, we're okay. We're going to keep going. We might be a little slower tonight because we're going to be definitely slower tonight, but that's okay. I'm not going to stress it. You can always, if you need to leave, just leave. Don't worry about not getting your block done. It is on YouTube. It does stay up. So you can always go grab it and it's not edited. So there's nothing left out. So there'll still be all the drama from earlier with the kids. Okay. All right. So let's now set this and we're going to press it up. So we're going to press it up. And again, following those pressing instructions really does help. The people who write patterns, they know they tested it, so they know what they're doing. I just don't like the ones where they're like press open, press open, press open. I don't press open. If you don't want to press open, can you have an alternative method? Tell me, how is this going to work with the other ones? I like that. But anyways, it's all good. So now this has a size. You can check it out in the pattern, and that's the size you're going to trim it to. Or confirm if your blocks look really great, you might want to just get that. Yeah, this is right by checking it out, making sure. We're moving right along. I don't know if we're behind. It takes as long as it takes. I have to cut these over here because that mat is big. So I'm just taking the proper ruler to cut it. I have a lot of square rulers. And I am going to trim this to the size it needs to be, which actually isn't that much to trim. Okay, I'm going to lay them on my boards. And I'm sorry you can't see this. It's just easier to just trim it than to move the whole all the cameras around and try to get a good angle. I'm the only one up here. There's no camera person. It's just me and my screens. These are all pretty good. I cut with a traced one so far. Some of them are a little bit, just a smidge off by being just a little bit too short. But not enough. I can get it in the seam allowance. So we'll be okay. This one is a little bit at the bottom. Oops. Moved on a little bit at the top. Okay. Oops. There we go. Okay, one more. This one. Oh, that's fine. Okay, so two of that needed a little bit of trimming. I think I'm gonna leave my blocks of it. So there's the blue and green. Isn't that pretty? And the pink and purple, very pretty as well. I think it's gonna look great. So that is the entire corner unit. We still have some more units to make. That is done. And we're gonna leave that over there because they'll just be in the way. All right. So that was step 6. Now we're gonna go to step 7, and you need H, I, and D. H, I is the rectangle, yeah. Oh, I think I've got too many I's. Oh no. Oh no. You need 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Those are I. We need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because you need half of them to make each unit. So that goes with that. And then you need your D's. You need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 4 D's. Okay. Then you need, oh shoot. It's the darker ones. Okay, darker ones, and then 4 of these. Oh, the A. Can we just do A? A, you don't do anything with A. You just put an A in there. I like that. I don't have to do anything with A. My block's already done. I cut it in, it's already done. Okay, so we're going to sew H and D to these blocks. We're going to do H first, and then we'll do D. Just watch where you draw your line, or press your line, or use your diagonal seam tip. So just be mindful of that. All 8 of these units are done the same way. And remember, there's 4 for each block. Oops. My little squares. Okay. Well, let me get rid of these guys, because not get rid of them, but move them aside. These are going to get pressed the same way because there's 8. There's 4 for each block. And we're going to press everything the same way. So I'm making sure that I'm doing it the right way. So important, watching. So what I do is I lay it down. I look, I know it has to go from here, but I want to start down here, and then I just adjust and sew accordingly. So we're doing the other one, so I make sure I double check, triple check. I'll check as many times as I need to make sure that everything is going right. Jojo, it's time to go brush your teeth now. Okay, so those are done. Now I'm going to cut some of them off. So I cut 4. And then I'm going to sew in purple first. I'm going to sew my little D's. So D goes up in the upper right corner. And you're going to watch your seam. Make sure.
And she would this. Joanna, that's on her.
Yeah, she's funny, eh?
Mhm.
Okay, go brush your teeth, little darling. Right. So let's do this. Oops, wrong way. So just making sure, so your lines are actually going the same way. Stitch the line. So that should help. You can do this at the same time because they don't overlap. And then we'll just trim them all at the same time. I will keep the cutoff from the first block I sewed on, but I won't keep the cutoff of the second block I sewed on because it's too small. It's really tiny already. Right. So I did 4 already. I'm going to do the other 4 now. And I do cut them apart. It just makes it easier. Yes? No, not today. Okay. So again, you can draw that line. You can guess the line. You can whatever. I'm just using my diagonal seam tape. I find that to be a must. A must. In my sewing, I have it on every machine I use. It's on my featherweight. It's on this one. It's on the embroider /sewing machine at work. It's on the the commercial one that I've been using. I've been using a industrial machine. It's a Janome, I think, and it's super fast. It was a donation to the studio, and it is amazing. LOL. I don't keep any this time. Okay. And that's okay. We don't have to keep anything. Yes.
What toothbrush are we bringing to the camper?
I'll probably just get new ones. I have lots. I have extra nice fresh ones. I'll probably just leave them there. So I don't have to remember to bring every time. We'll get some floss sticks for there and toothpaste for there. You have your toothpaste from camp. Where'd you put it? You don't know what you did with your toothpaste?
No.
Oh.
It's not there though.
No. Well, you had a bag of stuff.
Yeah, it's in my bag. What if I use that toothbrush in that one? Mommy?
What about it? Where is it though? You can't bring it if you don't know where it is.
It's a bag.
What bag?
It's a bag.
Well, you're supposed to empty it, sweetheart.
What?
Something to do tomorrow, I guess. Okay, go floss in the bathroom, little darling.
Yes.
I love you. I'm flossing. That's good. Make sure you don't miss any spots.
Yeah.
Okay. So not quite a candy cane block because it's not full big pieces, little pieces. It's a shorter version of the candy cane block. Thank you, darling. Oh, she picked up my piece for me. What a nice darling I have. Thank you. You want to come get a kiss?
Yeah.
You want to read a book for a little bit? Yeah. Okay. Good night, little love.
Are you using your computer?
I'm on live on there and live on there. This is YouTube. That's TikTok.
YouTube, TikTok?
Yeah.
So like some people can't go on YouTube, they go on TikTok?
Yeah.
People can't go on TikTok, they go on YouTube?
Yep.
Oh, that's how you're doing it.
Yeah, well, just this class. I don't do that all the time. Does that work for you? Huh?
Mommy, what walk are you doing?
I am making, do you want to see it? It's so pretty. It's this one.
Ooh.
But I'm using dinosaur fabric and
Yeah.
yeah. So it'll be a little bit different, but it'll be still similar.
Is there dragon fabric?
Yep.
What?
Pretty much anything you can think of, someone's made it into fabric.
Dragon fabric.
Okay.
Minecraft.
All right.
Is
Okay.
even Minecraft?
Yep.
Even
Somewhere.
every
But Minecraft is just blocks. So you could just make colored blocks and make your own things. Right? Yeah.
that's how they do it.
Yeah, that's what you can do it that way. And I'm sure you can
I
buy
was
some
just a
stuff.
dragon.
Okay. Let's check the pressing on these things. So pressing towards
Mom,
the
you
little square. Okay. Good night. So pressing according to the direction. So pressing that little one up. And pressing this one up. You're very tired. Okay, so this is going to be great. I didn't mention what I'm using. I'm using Tula Pink Fabric, Roar, and some of her solids to make these blocks. I have more fabrics than what is. Oh shoot! I didn't edit that one. No, yeah, I did. It's supposed to be this way. Okay, that's okay. I'll just change it. There is a little more fabrics than what is needed, but this pattern has a lot of backgrounds. I don't have that many backgrounds in this particular material. I'm using a white and then spicing it up a little bit. Most of it's just a white background, because that's what I'm using. Okay. Okay. Excuse me. Our units are done. They are, as we call them now, our candy cane blocks. They're done. So those are ready to go. Let's get this out of the way. Just gonna lay them over here so they're out of the way. We do need to sew those together, not those together, but we need to sew each together. Cutest unicorn ever. Thank you. I think she's the best. All right. They all have their moments. They're all great. I have really good kids, really well-behaved kids. They have their moments just like us. I have my moments where I'm like, run away or mom is done. You know, mom's gonna get you. Mom just needs a break. Okay, so let's do the other half of that candy cane block. So what we need to do is now we need to take the remaining eye blocks, 8 of them, the remaining D blocks, 4 of them, the remaining F blocks, 4 of those, and or 8 actually, and 8 of the D's. Okay, so you got D, I, something, D, I, F. Okay. This time, let's start with these little guys. I think we're going to start with the little guys. I'm going to start with the little guys. You're going to make 8 again. Watch. This goes at the bottom right. Watch your seam. Now, the nice thing about these little guys is they go from side to side. So you don't have to worry about where you're going to start. You just start. Without going right in a corner. So I don't have to worry about, is it going to get stuck under my machine? It won't. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. Let's go. But it really shouldn't. Okay. So let's do the other 4 that way too. Again, if you're not changing colors, they're just all going to be the same. If you're making both your blocks the same, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. I have a lot of my blocks the same as well. These are the same. Oh, excuse me. These are the same fabrics. They're just different colors. Like the same dinosaur eggs. And I don't know. I can't remember what this fun background is. But one is pink and one is white. And I really like the way they look. They look really nice. They're really fun. Funky dinosaur foliage. I'm using Roar again by Teacher. I said, so I'm saying it now. Let's just do a bonus block because then I can cut all of them off at the same time. Oh my God, you're gonna have to stop keeping these damn things because you're just get so many of them. So I'm gonna cut them apart, but I'm not gonna press. I will press all 8 of them at the same time once I get all my stitch and flip corners on. There's a bunch of bonus blocks. Oops. Oh, I dropped my pen on. That's okay. Okay, so let's put all the pink together. And then let's put all the blues together. So I'm putting it back the way that it shows in the pattern in the book. So I don't get confused because, hello, I can get very confused. Or I get interrupted and then I'm even more confused. All right. So it's going to go the same way that our other stitch went. So we're going to sew that way. And we can start up here actually. So this part of it is easier to sew together. So you can do what I'm doing and just lay one out. So, or, I don't think we ever talked about this. You can do, there's a block. There's a block. Lay it out like this. And then put one here. Lay it out like this. There we go. So let's sew this one down. And then this one. Snip. Now we're done. So let's snip these apart. I try to get them into the basket over there and they just fall all over the place. Okay, so now we're going to trim. You can always check to make sure that that's going where you want it to go. Yeah. And oh yeah, that's the right candy cane. I like that name, candy cane. Okay. Rotate the other one off. Now I don't keep these small ones, they're just too damn small. You could even cut these with scissors or just cut it because they're so small. I just don't like the way it looks. See, I'm gonna have to do it anyway. I should have just cut it. So if it's not straight. I should just stick to what I do, what I know best. Okay. Let's do another one. I'm gonna do that to all 8 of them, trimming them off. So I'm just putting my 1/4 inch on the stitch line, cutting off the seam allowance. You can throw this fabric away or you can keep it. It's up to you. It's not needed in any other part of the block construction. I keep them because I'm a nut. I don't keep them if they're the piece that I've put in the corner, so the little square that I sew on, if it's less than 2.5 inches, I don't keep it. That's my rule. That's just a me thing, me rule. It's not okay. So let's press these. These get pressed out towards the large block. Last time we pressed towards the little guy. This time we're pressing towards the bigger guy. Just for nesting purposes. All right. Oops. Two at the same time here. So up that way. And then up that way. Oh, it's pressing nice. They're pressing really nice. Press, press, press. Press it from seams. Press and roll back. Oops, not roll back. Press it back. Get it nice and flat. Okay, so good stuff going on. All right. Let's shift a little bit. Okay, so now all of our units are now done. You have no more units to make. You can relax, Missy. No more candy cane units to make. Okay. Yay. Woohoo. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to remove those. We're going to take our blocks, our units here, and we are going to sew them where the blue, the little block here, is these are gonna go together. So you want these to go together, okay? So make sure that when you sew your candy canes together, that you're sewing those little blocks together to form kind of a triangle. Smooth sailing now until 9. Don't stress about block 9. We're gonna be fine. You're going to be fine. Don't stress. We've got this. We've got this. We can do this. So I'm not checking the blocks. I think I'm going to be just fine. I don't see anything she's asking with. So I'm just going to leave them. They look really good. And I've been checking them, the other ones, and things seem out of place. Now, if I line them up and they're really wonky, then I can trim them if I need to. So the reason it says to press the way you press them is so they nest. So make sure you follow that pressing guidelines. It's the arrows in the pattern. That's your pressing guideline. So we're making the Flower Farm a sampler, block 7. The pattern is by Shelley Cabana. Right, we're doing great, folks. We are moving right along. Everything's going good. Got 8 of these to sew. I'm on my 5th one. So 3 more to go. We are just moving right along. I am. Yep. It's going. Awesome. Really, I'm making sure that these line up really well. I can feel that they're nested. A couple of anchoring stitches. I do that so that if I need to adjust anything, I can. I always sew with my needle in the down position. I find it works like a little holder. I can just hold it in place so I can keep sewing. And this particular, when you stop and your needle goes down, your pressure foot comes up a little bit. So you'll never see me adjusting my pressure foot because it does it automatically. I can push my pedal. I can have my needle come up, my needle down. It's that's a bonus feature. I did not buy it for that. I bought it for the throat size, and that's basically it. I might have to find my pins for that one. We might need some pins, and sometimes, even if you're not a pinner, you find a block where you're like, okay, I need to pin this, and don't ever feel like you can't go get your pins. We'll get them. If it helps, makes it a little bit more accurate, that's what we want. So now these are pressed open. Open. I am just going to press to one side. I never press these open, and they seem to work. So you do whatever works. It works for you. So they do recommend pressing it open. It is a bit of a bulky seam, but not something we can't work with. Oops. I've been pressing all of these to the side, and nothing has happened. Because in previous blocks, this unit was pressed open as well. I've never had an issue. Okay. Okay, these are supposed to be, but they are supposed to be, not this, not that one. That one goes back up there. I'm just going to check these out. That is not the square I thought it was. Yeah, I think I'll use this one. Actually, here's my. This one looks a little wonky, so I want to check it out, make sure. That's not the right size. Oh, it doesn't tell you. Okay, so this is probably this size. That was beyond one. Beyond one, but that was barely. These ones are okay. Yeah, that one is just really. That one was long for whatever reason. Okay, so now we have those and those. So remember, it was a little guys had to come together. Okay. All right. So now you're going to take your K's, 8 of them, and you're going to sew them to the top of your block. This is fun. This is easy. Not a pinner. I get it. I have pins all over the place, and I don't use them. I use them for foundation paper piecing. Maybe applique. I think I pinned some appliques to hold it on there. Yeah, I'm not much of a pinner. But there are times where I've been like, no, this needs to be really accurate. And so I've pinned, but I'm not a big pin. I think it's just personal choice. I don't find, for me, that pinning actually makes me more accurate. Trying to make them. Well, I think she said number 8 was wrong. Number 8 was like, I don't. I looked at number 9 and I was not that scared of that one. Well, this one's not that bad either. I think we'll be okay. All right, we're stitching that down. I think there was a thread in right. Oh, there we go. All right. Wonderful, wonderful. We are getting close to being done. It's a nice big 16.5-inch blocks, unfinished. So they're a really good size. When I started Quilts for Survivors, that's what we started out with, was we simply asked for everyone to send us one 16.5-inch block. That was our goal. That was literally how it started, was I simply asked people over social media, can you make me a 16.5-inch block? No particular size or no particular anything, and then see how it goes. I'm leaving. I'm loving that you don't run out of bobbin on these smaller blocks. Oh, well, I did change it at the beginning. I did change it. Yeah, I don't have to change it as much. Or no one has to. You don't have to change as much. The big blocks, those 24.5-inch blocks, that was a lot. So we started out actually for 16.5-inch blocks. So they're always a little special. And people are like, where do you get the pattern for that? And I'm like, just make any 16.5-inch block. Make a block, put a border on it. Now it's 16.5 inches. And then we took 12 of those blocks and we made a quilt top. And then that's what we did. And they were fun and scrappy, and they were like these samplers. It was absolutely spectacular. Okay, so now the hardest part. I had to change mine on the big blocks, even if I put a new one in. Oh yeah, it was a lot of sewing, but we're good now. Not difficult sewing, so there were big pieces, but a lot of sewing. So my one camera is slowly running out, and this one's running out. Okay, my cameras are running out, so let's just put one block together. But this is the hardest unit of the whole block. You're going to take your A block, and you're going to just be happy it's already cut. I don't know if that was a good joke or not, but that's my joke of the day, okay? We're going to go with it. That's my joke. All right. I'm only going to sew one block in case my thing dies, and then you'll have this. So let's get all this nonsense out of the way. We'll put all that away after. Okay. So corner block, side block. The background always goes to the outer part. Background, background, corner. I don't know where my big design board is, but I'm also running out of battery life on my camera, so I want to make sure that we get this done. So if it goes off, I apologize. All right, so let's sew this together. So it comes out to like a 9 patch. If we pressed everything the way that they suggest, we're going to have nice nesting seams where we need them. Here, it shouldn't be so bad. It should be fine to just press this. There's no seam on this A block. Should be fine to just sew it. And then the next one. It's gonna be amazing. Okay. I'm not a visual person. I can't see the block in my brain. Knowing how it's rendered, my brain is. Once block coming through. Next quilt that I'm going to work on is my quilt for the Quilts for Survivors Gala. I'm going to be making a quilt that will be raffling off at the gala. The quilt will be called Postcards from Timmins, and I have very specific fabric I'm going to be using to make that quilt. I have a little over a month to get it made. I should be fine. Okay. Okay, another block. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut this. Throw that over there. We're going to open it up. And we can press it. Maybe we should press it. It always works better when we press it. Does it say in, out? These are pressed in, top and bottom are in. That'll make it easier to get it all together if we press it. I could have, this will get pressed out. If I didn't have so much stuff on my pressing tape, I would have used the bigger iron and went over there, but that's okay. I think we have 2 more 16.5-inch blocks and then we go to a different side. I think that's what we have in that shirt. Okay, so now we're going to sew these together. Just like this. And just like this. Oh, I'm going to cut that thread just because it can get annoying. Can kind of get in the way here. And that can be, that's those threads that just keep these things together. They don't actually serve any purpose. So if they're being a nuisance, they're out of there. And then we're going to hold this down. Sorry, these are not okay. Bonus block. My bonus blocks fell apart. So did that one. I don't know where the other. That's the piece for that. Okay. All right, so let's now put that. We're going to take this and we're going to fold it over. Dun, 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 dun. We're going to cut these threads just because they're annoying as hell. Yep, and then up. Making sure, and I will trim these up afterwards to the 16.5. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying you made a 16.5-inch block. If there is, well, she hears about it, she can tell. She doesn't want me saying that. Out. That's supposed to be up. Oh, wait. No, I had it right. No. Yes, I had it right. Okay. When you get to the end and both your end fabrics line up, that makes me so proud. So I do have my other block to sew together. I will sew it once I'm done showing this one. Just in case my camera's all died here. Okay, so press. I'm gonna press. So if we did it right, your darks and lights are gonna match up. So all my dinosaur eggs are matching up. My lights and my darks. It's so pretty. See the other one now. I know so that one, but I might hang on a second. This one seam here. It's a little bit off. So I'm just gonna re-sew this because it was a little bit off. It's a little seam. A little bit short. It's a little shorter of a seam there. I will open that up and see if that's better. Was just a little bit where it didn't quite sew. Didn't quite catch me. It was a little bit off. Okay. Right. Okay. It's amazing. Ta-da! Oh, can you see it? Yeah, I think you can see it. So that is block 7 in the pink and purple for the Sew Sampler block number 7 for the Sew Sampler Flower Farm Sampler book. So that is that block. I love it. I think it looks great. It does need to be squared up to 16 and a half. That's like pretty darn close. All right, I'm going to grab, not that, that garbage can just fell on the floor. Okay, let's sew this one together now. So we're gonna sew this one. I'm gonna sew this one. There it is, all in its glory. Let me see if I can find that other design. The big one. Is it here? Or does it have something on? See, that's not here. Oh, maybe it does have something on it. Oh, it has last week's block on it. Last week's blocks are still on it. That's why it wasn't in the corner when I looked earlier. All right. So there is the one block. How pretty is that? I could actually a little bit so you can see it. Well, kind of see it. That's so pretty. I like it. Okay. I'm gonna just keep sewing. And if the camera dies, I apologize. I'm gonna thank you for joining me. And this one. Okay, I'm gonna say Miigwech for joining me this evening. Thank you so much. I am going to turn off YouTube simply because if that dies, I don't know what happens to my video. Actually, I don't know what happens to my video anywhere. Actually, I think maybe I'll just sign off. And then I will show you my block. But again, block 7 for the Flower Farm sampler. Again, using Tula Pink Roar fabric with some white background. And I'm loving it. So thank you so much. I'm going to sew this together. I'm just concerned that everything is dying here. Flashing that purple and orange together. Good night. Yes, good night. I thought it was more like a peach, but it might be more of an orange. I think it looks really, really pretty. I really like it. Thanks, everyone. We will again. We'll be back on the 19th, I believe, is the next date. So check us out live here on TikTok and on YouTube. Miigwech. Miigwech, miigwech. Thanks again, everyone. Good